Excuse me. No, we don't.
Where's the version of our...
Believe you would have been all over this.
Thank you.
You would have been all
Thank
over
you.
this. Why don't you hate?
No, that's wrong. He's never given no, but no.
You never let nobody go in like that.
I can't hear over it.
Go where you
I
like.
don't care. He's never given anyone a fight. She didn't let him talk right.
They're trying to take the video.
No, Mr. Robinson.
He is not the president. That's the problem.
I want to know from you. What kind of Cheerios they give you? You always stop us from standing up.
What about them?
You don't let us get close to them. You don't let us get anywhere close like that. Willie Lynch.
Don't put your hands on her.
He done been Willie Lynch. He don't let us
No,
get
they
that
just want to let him. He's just so used to just running things, running around all over everywhere.
Quiet, y'all. Yeah, well, I was gonna say too.
I'd like to address the commission on the issue of removing people from its body.
Right.
To follow the lead of the emergency manager further disenfranchises not only all of Detroit, but I'm speaking here particularly for the Latino community. We had hoped to get a person appointed to the commission from our community for the first time ever having representation from the Latino community in Detroit. A bilingual person who represents us in District 2. We were unable to do that because Roy Roberts named someone without going through public comment or anything else. We do not know who represents District 2 on the commission, but it's not someone of our choosing. Now, the school board is being further disenfranchised when the emergency manager encroaches upon the library commission, endangering, I can tell you from experience on the school board, that the people have no voice and endangers the public goods. The library is in danger of being looted. The library is in danger of having everything privatized and going out to no bids in the secrecy of the night.
Say that.
We are asking for the public to be involved, and we are asking that people in our own community do not sell us out to the emergency manager.
Say that.
Everybody knows.
I think this is the Amal Daniel.
That's me.
Trouble for over 10 years. And what we need, and I can't request this any other way, we need the same federal investigators that went after Sherry Washington to come dig into the money trail of this place and find out what has happened and how to fix it.
Takeover of the schools and you sign on for the takeover of the libraries, then you are on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of history.
Why are we in court?
The libraries are the last line of defense. The schools are closing, everything's closing. You are the last thing that we have. So I don't know what you stand to gain out of it personally. I don't know who stands to gain personally from getting in bed with Mr. Roberts. But it would be very, very, very good, and really it would place you in the right moral place if you all would think long and hard about any agreement that you can put in place with Mr. Roberts. Whatever he proposes for the libraries and the schools is not good for the people.
Say that.
Right. Okay, what I want to say is this, and I want this to be very clear. This body did not ask for an emergency manager to be appointed for the Detroit Board of Education. It mentioned that you have some folks who are sitting at this table who supported members of the Detroit Board of Education who went to meet with the State Superintendent of Public Instruction to ask for an emergency manager for Detroit Public. So you got folks sitting right next to me who asked for an emergency manager along with Carla Scott and members of the Board of Education to be appointed. And so now you have them basically putting wrong information out there. But I'm going to tell you emergency manager in place because of, not by our choice, I have forced you to have an emergency manager.
That's a lie.
Okay.
The board is not true.
Point of personal privilege. You personally directed comments about me that are untrue. They're false.
You voted to close libraries. You voted to keep them closed even when they were going to open them up on a part-time basis. Yeah, you did.
The whole minute. Allow me to speak.
And Wilder is going back
Stop
to
the
his
disruption of my
representative.
speech.
He was about to crack.
Let him speak.
Listen, this member of the Library Commission never went to the state.
You support a board.
Hold it. This library commissioner never supported the school board taking an action. There's a school board member here. There's somebody who's been at almost every meeting here, and they know it.
He supported Carla Scott and them when they
Excuse
went.
me, I did not. It's a lie. I had 2 minutes. I had 2 minutes.
You thought you was something
That's
true.
I got
And it didn't happen.
That is not true.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There are a number of deliberate falsifications being put out. There's a number of deliberate falsifications being made to discredit members of this commission so that certain people can get the emergency manager in here. The purpose of bringing the emergency manager in, please let me finish. The purpose of bringing him in is to knock off a vote that wants to retain the current executive director. And this fight,
That's a part.
this fight is about that. That's why I'm getting attacked. That's it. There are people that want to get rid of the executive director of this library. There's people that want to get rid of the executive director. Stop! Let me finish, and you can disrupt later. Yeah, but I gotta speak. Do I have to shout over everybody? But I got, listen, I want you all to know what's at stake. I'll speak over them, okay? This is the issue, and I'm not going to be distracted. We have an executive director who's been cleaning up abuses made by members of this commission. Members of this commission have been part of the abuse. Senior staff have been part of the abuse. They're trying to protect that system. This executive director got rid of it. And that's why she's been suspended by a minority of this commission. We're trying to restore it. Lamar Lemon supports the restoration of the director. That's why they will not allow him to be recognized for a vote. That's the bottom line.
Miss Teresa Kelly. Okay, that's if you take the fact. What he said is a fact. You said, no, you can't take that.
No,
Excuse me.
Teresa Kelly.
Yes, excuse me.
It's gonna be brought out.
Excuse me.
But you sound like everybody thinks y'all around.
Excuse me.
Divide and conquer, folks. Divide and conquer.
Thank you.
That's what he put in motion.
No.
Because he wanted Miss Madonna. Miss Madonna haven't done a thing.
Sandra,
When we came in, found out, did research, we found out that Miss Madonna hadn't done nothing. Before was making 6 figures. Didn't have a short term, long term goal. Didn't have no idea what she could talk about. She crap. To find no money. She hadn't done nothing in development. And that's what you want to be for. And because she didn't even come
member of the body out of order. You're not doing the same thing.
Right.
Thank you.
A lot of people here are throwing around names. They're upset or they like or dislike Russ Flint. They like or dislike Lamar Lemons. They like or dislike Kinlock. These people are not the issue at this moment. If we lose sight of that, we are all sunk. That wedge they are using to bring the EM into this library system under total control, you're seeing right now, it's Lamar Lemons, it's Russ Blunt. This is not the issue. I live in Highland Park, 4 doors from our shuttered library, closed by an EM in the state and never reopened, falling into disrepair. I know what it is to see the actions of an EM. My granddaughter's at DSA. I've seen the chaos inside the school as a result of an emergency manager. And I appeal to you to lay aside the personalities at this point. Keep what the law says. If Roy Roberts believes that Lamar Lemon should be removed, let Roy Roberts hire a lawyer and go to court and push his point. Mr. Kinlock, you are here to represent the interests of the general people, and our people across this city desperately want every library functioning at more than capacity. And so would you please put aside these personalities, and leave, and let the EMs go the way they're going to go.
That's right.
They could take their $226,000 salary and fall into the Detroit River and let us.
For the EM, when y'all holler like that, y'all sound like they on this side.
So we as a community want to see all of the libraries open. We want to see you all function. And no, just for the record, everyone in this room knows that I am against Public Act 4. Definitely against that. This is not about Public Act 4. This is about following the law right now. And I have a copy of what the law is. And unfortunately, right now, just like the school board can't function, so does our emergency manager have the right to not only remove you, but everyone that's sitting here.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, the next person is Ms. Smith, is Albert.
And you put him in, you won't have no libraries like he's doing the school.
I don't
won't have no libraries.
Thank you.
Democracy is under assault at every level in our community at this point. Statewide, citywide, public schools, and we're witnessing it today here. The emergency manager law, 250,000 people can sign a petition, and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't put anything on the law, on the ballot.
The attorney, the judge.
We're seeing with our own eyes what Roy Roberts is doing to the public schools in terms of dismantling the public school system, privatizing for-profit charters, apartheid school districts. The public libraries end up being the last bastion of public education, where people can educate themselves. And to hand it over to Roy Roberts to dismantle, to close, to privatize, is a mistake.
Thank you.
Let me apologize. Because we knew as taxpayers, we had passed 2 millages for our library to protect our library so that our children would have library service. When we got here, we found out who the people were that voted to close the libraries. Did they try to come and work with the community? No, they did not. Did they ask for people to come and meet and try to figure out how we could keep these libraries open? No, they did not. Did they have somebody in place making 6 figures whose job was to do exactly what I just got finished saying? Yes, they did. Was she doing it? No, she was not. With the prompting, the bed, we stood out in the cold. In 26, last winter, the few coldest days we did have, we was out in front of Lincoln, we was out in front of Monteith with about 6 other people, one woman with her kids, and maybe one other straight man who had walked down the street and wanted to join because he understood the importance of having a library. We fought and we fought. We came back here and we fought with them. And we convinced them that it was important to have libraries because we don't have any in our schools. And then it just about taken out DPS. DPS is almost completely dismantled at this point. And we knew that's what was happening. And so to me, I'm like somebody just, I think it was Miss Kelly said, it's not about you, sir, I ain't trying to be funny. It's not about him or you, it's about the library. And like I said, I wasn't coming here to support nobody that I ain't seen doing nothing to try to for us to have library service. I mean, you come and you vote on stuff, but out there with your fists rolled up, out there with the people, really trying to talk to people about, Russ went over to Wilder and stirred them people up to come and face off the people in Lincoln because they had to share service. Because we wanted the kids, no matter what it was, to have some service instead of no service. Some service instead of no. And he went and got them and pitted them against each other. And then brought them back here acting like that somebody had did something to Wilder. Instead of understanding that our kids need the library. We don't have nothing else. Everything is gone from Detroit but the library. And so we
bunch of arms was looking for directions from the chair on the
Excuse me.
question.
That was my public comment. And this sir here, he's been missing 6 meetings.
16.
He ain't showed up to no meeting, but he showed up today.
And that you know it's the vote. Don't ever
Aurelia
vote.
Brown. Miss Aurelia Brown. Miss Aurelia Brown.
We gotta get through this.
Well,
It's the truth to bring it out.
y'all need to, that's always consistent.
It's the truth.
My life has always been the
Now, you know, I want to come
truth.
here.
This is how I see it. First and foremost, I will fight like a runaway slave if somebody take away my voting right. Lamar Lemons was voted to the school board by the residents of the city of Detroit.
Yes,
By the school board members, he was voted president.
yes.
Okay, so now, as being president of the school board, he automatically is appointed to
That's where it's been, ex officio. Been that
to
way for
this here
years.
commission. However, I do resent the heck out of Mr. Roberts or Rogers or whatever.
Roberts.
It don't matter. They all the same. They all the same from Animatic. They're all the same.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right, dictate.
I resent the hell out of him trying to take my voting right and anybody else.
You know it too.
And I demand that he step out of the picture. Unless he coming with bags of
He
money.
got enough crap
He
to
don't
do,
have
but he
nothing
ain't
else
doing
to
it
say,
well.
as far as I'm
Right, don't
concerned.
step in the library.
However,
Crazy.
I do think that this is something that must be rationalized out and put it in writing, so that we all are on the same page in that direction.
Ms. Brown, the issue is here that the Board of Education, I agree that the emergency manager needs to go. But right now, there's a lot of questions surrounding the board, the abolishing, what powers and what not. Until this thing is resolved with Public Act 4 being placed on the ballot, and this particular issue being resolved that took place, that letter on Friday in the courts, I mean, we have to continue to move on. So there's a couple of things that has to be resolved. One, the item on the agenda, I mean, on the ballot, hopefully.
Why did it come up now? Something happened.
Because he said there was
Yeah, why did he
Well,
do that?
let me say this.
What's the rationale behind it?
But in all truth, just
30
like
seconds.
they did, okay, 30 seconds, I can wind this up. Just like the Supreme Court said, nothing trumps federal law. So how in the hell is he coming down here trying to decide that he can disenfranchise our vote, which is federal law? And that's really what it is.
So somebody told him to do it.
Okay,
And
now,
I'm
and what is he getting out of it? We've been fighting and rolling over and kicking over the cake and peeling the punch for the longest. Down here trying to get this library situation straight. And this little snakehead man ain't never came down here before to see what was going on or try to lend a hand and help out to resolve some of the issues. So now my thing is what the heck is really going on? Let's tell the real truth.
Let me tell you.
Russ, you know you ain't been right in a long doggone time by putting two neighborhoods against each other and then disrupting the board and enabling them for not conducting their meetings how they should have been. At that point,
Well, he's on the right side this time.
no, y'all better look at that.
Come to these meetings.
He's the one that is
The next item on the agenda
Two
is
separate issues. He don't make this
that concludes public comments at this
But we ain't got
time.
nothing to do with it.
The next item on the agenda is approval of, no, that's not important. Denied. We have to continue.
You cannot deny a point of personal privilege. Or a point of order. Point of order.
You write another letter.
Point of order, there's an item missing from the agenda that's a ratification issue from a previous meeting.
You can speak.
Mr. Chair, we have to have ratification.
He has not been recognized by the presiding officer. Continue.
The point of order takes precedence.
Well, I will speak after Mr.
But
Palumbo.
I'm not recognizing him. Would you like to
You're
speak
not
at this time?
recognizing
Not
the
at all.
commissioner?
Not at all.
Point of order, Mr. Chair, and the May 8th meeting, an action was taken to put the executive director on administrative leave. It's subject to ratification by the full commission. It needs to be on today's agenda so that the
It should be on
It's missing.
the authorization.
It was on the, it was on the,
Why didn't you stand up
it was on,
to vote on it, bro?
you're right,
Why didn't you
you're right. It was on the agenda,
stand up?
Senator. So I just asked that that be placed on the agenda.
That needs to be placed on.
Why don't we-
Is on the agenda? Where is
In
it?
the minutes.
Is it in minutes?
No, it's not in the minutes. It was on the printed agenda yesterday. It should be on the printed agenda.
Yeah, but you can't ratify an action by voting of the minutes like that. That's not how you ratify an
Okay,
action.
so that'll be
Mr.
listed.
Chair,
That'll be
Mr. Chair, I
listed
move-
as
Mr. Chair.
Excuse me.
I'd like to make a motion,
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
that item is being placed on, I'm still talking. That item is being placed on the agenda. It'll be right after routine human resources report.
Mr. Chair.
Can you get that, excuse me, can you, get the exact language that was that, the exact language that was, on those, on that agenda that went out?
And boy, you need to hurt him. You couldn't have said something to him. Because he was falling
It's-
for my face. That's what I'm telling you.
It's on the agenda. It's gonna be-
Trying to micromanage. Because he wants to be the president. He don't think he's smart, but he don't think black people is smart enough. And he's been doing it for years. Everywhere you go, it's like he leads us. He can't lead us. We got to lead ourselves.
Where
He
is
can
this?
stand beside us. He can stand
All right,
behind
the
us.
second one,
But
okay.
he can't
It'll be
lead
the
us.
second, so it is right, okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
When we came on, we asked them, we came on and we asked them, listen to what I'm saying. For the first time, we got it before they was investigated. The whole,
Yeah, I don't know, yeah, okay.
because they didn't have any.
I'm gonna keep that. Thank you, appreciate it, thank you. It was on the agenda, but I guess the package that was on here, okay, Ms. Gordon, Commissioner Gordon.
I would like to suggest that we take the meeting minutes in a chronological order, and that in fact